Hi guys, and welcome to a screencast on sport and exercise and massage. So the first assignment, what you're going to have to do is know the effects and benefits of a sports massage. Okay, so the learning outcomes, this is for the whole unit itself. So first of all, know the effects and benefits of sports and exercise and massage. Know the roles of sport and exercise massage professionals. That'll be your first assignment. Be able to identify the sport and exercise massage professionals, be able to perform and review sport and exercise massage techniques. This last one will be practical. Okay, so you're going to have two written assignments, one, two, and then this third one is actually going to be a practical assessment for you. So first of all, unfortunately, as we're in 3.4, we won't be doing this jot thoughts activities. Okay, so what are the benefits of sports and exercise massage? So first of all, the basic aim of a sport and exercise massage is to maintain or restore normal function. So you've been playing in a sport, you've got a bit of fatigue, you would have a sports massage after, which is a post-event massage, and the aim of that is to maintain or restore normal function. The massage professional uses massage to help assist performance and reduce the risk of injury. So it helps assist performance with a pre-event massage, so a massage before the actual event takes place. And this has several effects on the body, which we are going to be speaking about. Then after a massage, after a sporting activity, you have a post-event massage, which reduces the risk of injury. And again, we'll be explaining and discussing how that actually happens. So the key terms for you today are lymphatic drainage, cell permeability, and adhesions. I want you to pause this right now and get these key terms written down because you'll have to mention them into your assignment. Okay, so you must get these keywords written down and a definition of them. So there are a number of physical and mechanical effects of sports and exercise massage. So you've got opening microcirculation, tissue permeability, stretching, reducing and remodeling scar tissue, blood and lymphatic circulation. When it comes to your assignment, you'll have to write about each one of these. The template is already set up. You have them titled. You just have to write underneath them and explain, describe and explain the benefits of them with regards to actual massage. So like I said, you have blood lymphatic circulation, tissue permeability, stretching, reducing and remodeling scar tissue, opening microcirculation. So first of all, blood and lymphatic circulation. Now hopefully you've recognised that lymphatic circulation, you might also realise lymphatic drainage, which is one of the key words that you actually just had to write down. So this is blood circulation is stimulated through the application of soft tissue techniques that effectively augment the normal pumping action through the compression and release of blood vessels. This simultaneously increases the supply of oxygen and nutrients to the area, aiding lymphatic drainage. Now, how is this going to benefit the sports performer? Okay, so if you're getting oxygen and nutrients to the area, i.e. to the muscles, let's say a post-event massage, you are removing carbon dioxide from the actual muscles and you're getting oxygen in. Therefore, the effects of DOMS are going to be less severe, which means that the athlete is going to be feeling better the next day. They may be able to perform the next day. However, if you do not have this massage, you may have the effect of DOMS the next day due to the fact that you have not got enough oxygen to the blood vessels. And that's what lymphatic drainage is. I wouldn't mind you looking up lymphatic drainage just so you actually have an idea of what it is and the type of techniques. So if you look at this photo here, essentially in your armpits here you have something called lymph nodes, and this person here, man or woman, she's pushing, basically applying pressure to the muscle upwards towards the lymph nodes so that lymphatic drainage can happen. The waste product, carbon dioxide, another waste that is produced during exercise, is getting pushed towards these lymph nodes and removed from the body. Okay, and this pumping action here is very much like venous return. So you know how our calves kind of, when we move, our calves contract and push our blood back to our heart. We're just aiding with that with regards to massage. So we're actually physically doing the action for the sports performer themselves. So like I said, lymphatic drainage helps to remove waste products and reduce swelling. Okay, so tissue permeability. Massage improves the absorption of substances within the body tissues. It also affects cell permeability, allowing nutrients and other substances to enter the cell whilst simultaneously facilitating the removal of waste product. Permeability, essentially, it makes the tissue more elastic. Which tissue is more elastic, things can flow through more fluidly, as opposed to it being non-permeable, almost concrete, then it's going to destroy or kind of decrease these nutrients and other substances entering the cells while simultaneously facilitating removal of waste products. So stretching, as a massage therapist, you can aid with stretching, so you can actually help someone, you can stretch for them, so it's called passive stretching. So I don't mind if you do this, stand up and touch your toes and see how far down you can get, okay, keeping your legs straight. Then what I want you to do is to make your hand into a fist and open your mouth and keep that there for 30 seconds, and then go down and touch your toes again. You'll kind of realize that you can actually touch your toes after that. And essentially that's because you have one big fascia covering your whole body that essentially has an effect on how tight you are, for want of a better word. So stretching, most of the flexibility within a muscle comes from surrounding connective tissue and muscle fibers. The forces that are applied during massage can effectively separate these muscle fibers, stretch the connective tissue that surrounds the fibers, and stretch the fibers in a longitudinal direction. Longitudinal would be if you have someone lying down in front of you on their back and you look at their quad. If you push from their knee up to their groin, that is longitudinal. If you pushed from right to left, that is transverse. These three effects together with increased muscle temperature and circulation make the tissue more pliable and reduce adhesions. Adhesions are scar tissue. They are kind of areas of muscle that are really tight, conformed and kind of aligned non-parallel, so they're almost bumpy, and you may be able to feel some on your quadricep, hamstring or somewhere you've potentially had an injury. Reducing and remodeling of scar tissue. Now here you have a picture. Scar tissue can be that severe if you do not deal with it. This instrument here helps reduce scar tissue. This person will literally just rub this plastic apparatus over the scar tissue area to break down the scar tissue. So as muscle fibers begin to repair post-injury, such as a muscle strain, they start to lose their elasticity and can become rigid, causing scar tissue. Now I said in class how tissue is usually formed parallel, and then when it strains and when it rebuilds all over the place. That is scar tissue. If this is left untreated, it causes permanent weakness and decreases mobility. So you can imagine if this stays here and you do not stretch it, if you overstretch, that there is just going to restrain, it's going to re-tear essentially. If you get rid of that, you kind of by massaging it transversely like so, that essentially is going to break down that. It's going to help realign the tissue, which makes it more flexible, which increases strength and increases mobility as well, which is ideal for the sports performer. Applying transverse techniques, so what I was doing there, so that's transverse, so that would be longitudinal, this is transverse. Techniques across muscle fibers can separate adhered fibers, thus breaking down the scar tissue. And like I said, decreasing the risk of injury, which is massive for sports performers. You think of how many footballers get reoccurring hamstring injuries. Potentially it could be because they've rushed back from rehab too quickly, or they still have scar tissue that hasn't been completely eradicated from the body. Opening microcirculation, very short. Massage opens the blood vessels by stretching them, enabling nutrients to pass through more efficiently. The nutrients are things like oxygen coming to the working muscles and getting rid of carbon dioxide. Okay, so what I want you to do now for the rest of the lesson is open up the template, and for each one of these effects, I'd like you to research on the internet a bit more widely and get the information down as to why they benefit the sports performer. Remember, it's about why they benefit the sports performer. So there's no point just talking about blood lymphatic circulation and just copying that. You've got a review, a somatic review on Moodle, which will help you out. You also have the internet. Explain why lymphatic drainage is good. It's good because you're removing waste products, therefore the performer is not going to feel the effects of DOMS. DOMS can actually increase the risk of injury if not treated correctly, or if someone is actually going to perform an activity with DOMS, it increases the risk of injury. So therefore it's going to benefit the athlete because they're going to feel better the next day, which means they're going to be able to perform for longer at higher intensities. Okay, so that's what I want you to do today. Thank you for listening.